Good morning. Welcome back to the Vitality Project. I'm Dr. Bob. Yesterday, we revealed the opposite of addiction as not sobriety, but rather as connection. One shorthand for this kind of connection is what I'm calling unchaining. And it requires our providing meaningful support to help the individual who's seeking recovery, to help them to both challenge the former behaviors of addiction, at the same time opening the door to constructive life change. What are some examples of this? Let me share some with you. I think that self-help support groups often are great at this. What's in common across most self-help support groups is that they focus first on identifying the problem, that is the addiction, and they look at it as a behavior and they externalize that. What do I mean by that? They focus on the problem behavior, addiction, rather than focusing on making the person, the individual who's been addicted, making them wrong or bad, blaming or shaming them. And now you have hope for intervening effectively. The way that self-help support groups do this is generally by encouraging, no, actually by requiring that participants take a personal inventory for the wrongs they've committed. Again, notice the focus on behavior, wrong behaviors, and then they're asked to share that with someone. Oftentimes it's a peer in recovery, for example, a sponsor or a mentor. And soon enough, the group itself becomes a safe place to share what Carl Jung, the psychiatrist, called one's personal shadow. You develop the capacity to do what may have been difficult or impossible before, to share that with others, and to share that in the context of understanding what active addiction does to any of us. I'd like you to come back tomorrow, and we're going to go a little bit more deeply into how exactly such shadow work as what we just talked about, which is this personal inventory. How does that work to change our attitudes? And maybe most importantly, how does that work to change our actions? I want to thank you for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow.